now you take your box command, specify any points on the center on the drawing space, as you can see from the command window. So now command window says cube or length. So you choose L, enter, L, enter. So now ensure your auto mode from the status bar, ensure it is enabled. So now for the length, we're choosing a length of 50, enter. Then for the width, we're choosing a width of 35 and then enter. And then for the height, a height of 12, 1, 2, enter. Okay, so now you can come to this point here, left click on top and then go to your southwest isometric. So now you take your line command, L, enter, and then starting from this point to this point, ensure your object snap is on. So now starting from this point to this point, you draw a line and then escape. Now that line you drew, you can offset it. Offset it through a distance of 11, 1, enter. So now left click on the line to the right. So now you offset this one again through a distance of 28, 2, 8, enter. Then you escape. Now take your line command again, L, enter. Starting from this point again to this point, you draw another line and then escape. Now that line, you offset it through a distance of 8.5. So now you place it here and then this way. So you can offset it again through a distance of 18. So 1, 8, and then enter. So now escape and then take your trim command, TR, enter. So you trim this place, you trim this, you trim this, you trim that, trim this, you trim that, and then you also trim and then escape. So now you can extrude this, but before extrude, you can join it. JOIN. So you want to join, left click on this, left click on this, left click on this, and then left click on this so that it becomes a single solid. Left click on it and then enter. So now you can see that it's highlighting everything. So now we can extrude that, EXT, extrude, enter. So now you left click on this and then you right click, then enter. So now you're extruding through a distance of 9. So 9 and then enter. So now you take your line command again, L, enter, and then starting from this point to this point again, draw a line and then escape. Now you can offset that line through a distance of 4, enter. So you take this line and then offset through that distance. So now you can still offset that same line again through a distance of 10, through a distance of 1, 0, enter. Offset again through a distance of 10, 1, 0, enter, then escape. So you can now draw another line, L enter, starting from this point to that point, and then escape. Now offset that line through a distance of 4. So you left click on this, and then like that. Now you can offset this line again through a distance of 10, 1, 0, enter. So now escape. So you can trim, or you take your circle command, C, enter, and then take note of some of those intersections. That's why I'm going to draw the circles. So let's start with this intersection here. So on this intersection, we're going to draw a circle having a radius of 2. So that will be 2, enter. So now you can copy the circle, CO, enter. So you left click on it, and then you right click, and then you take your center point, left click, and then take it down here to this center point. To this center point here, and then to this center point, to this center point, and then to this center point, and then to this center point. So now after that, you can extrude. So EXT, enter. So now you have left click and then right click. So now left click on enter. So now we're extruding through a distance of 3. So 3 and then enter. So spacebar again to repeat the previous command. Left click here and then right click and then left click on enter through a distance of 3 and then enter. So the same thing, spacebar, you left click here, right click through a distance of 3 and then enter, and then spacebar, left click here, right click and left click through a distance of 3 and then enter. Spacebar again to repeat the previous command. Left click on this and then right click, left click on enter and then extrude through a distance of 3. Spacebar, left click on this, right click, left click on enter and then through a distance of 3 and then enter. So now you can fillet these vertical edges. So now we're taking a fillet radius F, enter. Now we have to select the edge. We select this. The radius is R, enter. So the radius is 1. We are taking a fillet radius of 1, so that will be 1, enter. So now we select this edge. Select that edge, 1, enter. And then you left click here. Escape. So try the fillet command again. F, enter. Then you choose R. Then 1, and then enter. So now this is the vertical. You left click on this and then enter, and then you select this edge and then enter. Okay, so that is it. So spacebar again, you left click on this and then R, enter, then spacebar is 1. I mean 1 is the distance, then enter, select this line and then enter again. So the same thing. with the space bar to repeat the previous command, the vertical line, left click on it. Since one is already showing, enter. You now select this vertical line again and then enter. So the same thing applicable here. So, but since we cannot see it, you can rotate it. You can rotate it and then escape. So now press fillet again, enter. So R, enter. Now the distance is 1, enter. Left click on the vertical line, enter, and then left click on it again, and then enter. So after which you can escape. So now you can view it in the conceptual mode, and then you can take it back to southwest isometric, and then now you can give this a color. So in order to color it, Control 1, and then choose any color. Let's take a color of green, and then enter. So, but before that, we need to actually highlight everything first. We need to actually highlight everything first. So highlight everything, then Control 1, and then you come to by layer, choose color that you need, and then escape. So now, and then you can close this again. So this gives the first isometric model. So go to the next isometric model in the next video.